Download the NBA app. Setting the stage this week is the showdown at TD Garden on Friday, 7:30 Eastern Time. ESPN. That pits arguably the two most polarizing candidates of this season's MVP race against one another, with Jayson Tatum and the Boston Celtics hosting the Luka Doncic-led Dallas Mavericks. The matchup represents the 10th all-time between the stars in a series tied 5-5.
It also provides an opportunity for the players to bolster their respective candidacies during a high-stakes clash in front of a national audience. Tatum leads what should be a well-rested Boston squad with a commanding lead in the East, looking for its 10th consecutive win.
But the idea of Tatum embodying the argument that the best player on the league's top team deserves viability as an MVP candidate hasn't held up as strongly as expected. That's largely due to statistical comparisons between the 25-year-old and the rest of the top five in the Kia race to the MVP ladder.
But let's not ignore that Tatum sits on a career high in assists, 4.9, and a career high tying field goal percentage, 47.5%, not to mention improved three-point shooting from last season, 36.1% in 2023-24 after posting 35% in 2022-23.
As for Doncic, it's the gaudy numbers shaping his candidacy. But Dallas enters this contest at No. 7 in the Western Conference, having lost 2 of its last 3 games. Historically, no player has ever captured MVP for a team seeded 7th or worse, and just 3 players, Nikola Jokic, Russell Westbrook and Karl Malone, won from a team finishing 6th.
One stat to know, 60.4. That's Tatum's true shooting percentage. 3 players, Malone, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Giannis Antetokounmpo, in league annals have averaged 27 points or more, 8+ rebounds and 4 assists with that shooting percentage on a team with a winning percentage of 750 or better. What they're saying? You can't tell people what they should look for when they vote for MVP.
That's the beauty of it. Tatum on the importance of winning MVP at this stage of his career. Keep track of how our MVP rankings continue to evolve throughout the season. 1.
Nikola Jokic, Denver Nuggets last ranking. Number 1 season stats, 25.8 ppg, 12.3 rpg, 9.3 apg. His case. 4 straight triple-doubles propelled 4 consecutive victories for Denver headed into Thursday's win against Miami.
Nuggets coach Michael Malone passed off to Jokic some well-earned hardware Wednesday after the 2-time MVP bolstered his triple-double with 3 steals. Just the second player since 1997. Westbrook was the last to post a triple-double before the fourth quarter in at least 4 consecutive games. Jokic is spearheading Denver's push to seize the West.
2. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Oklahoma City Thunder last ranking. Number 2 season stats, 31.2 ppg, 5.6 rpg, 6.5 apg. His case. The battle between rookies Chet Holmgren and Victor Wembanyama caught all the eyeballs, but Gilgeous-Alexander remains the real headliner, despite OKC falling to the Spurs.
The 25-year-old continues to drop 30 points like it's nothing. He's now up to 7 straight 30-point outings, and his 44 games with 30-plus points leads the NBA. The loss at San Antonio tipped off a 4-game road trip that continues Sunday at Phoenix, 9:30 Eastern Time, ESPN.
3. Giannis Antetokounmpo, Milwaukee Bucks last ranking. Number 3 season stats, 30.6 ppg, 11.2 rpg, 6.3 apg. His case. We're starting to see Milwaukee settle in under new coach Doc Rivers, and we can't diminish Antetokounmpo's role on the team.
The two-time MVP is putting together his best shooting month of the season, and he's draining a career high from the field by a long shot. The Bucks have a long way to go to catch Boston for number 1 in the East, but second place is within reach.
4. Jayson Tatum, Boston Celtics last ranking. Number 5 season stats, 27 ppg, 8. 5 RPG, 4.9 APG. His case: yes, the Celtics are loaded. But teams gear up every night to shut down Tatum, and he consistently finds ways to lead Boston to victories.
We listed the statistical credentials above and mentioned the fact Boston owns a sizable lead in the Eastern Conference standings. But pay attention to the maturity and focus Tatum is displaying. After nationally televised matchups with Dallas and Golden State, Boston hits the road for its next 5 games.
5. Luka Doncic, Dallas Mavericks last week's ranking. Number 4 season stats, 34. 4 ppg, 8.8 RPG, 9.7 APG. His case: sorry Mavs fans, but the standings matter. The NBA's leading scorer, Doncic dropped a 30-point triple-double, his 11th of the season, Wednesday on his 25th birthday to pace a 136-125 win at Toronto.
We understand he scored 25+ in 9 straight games. But flashy highlights and massive numbers aside, Doncic needs to lift Dallas out of play in tournament territory to climb near the top of this list. The next 5-6. Domantas Sabonis, Sacramento Kings, last ranking, T6, 7. Donovan Mitchell, Cleveland Cavaliers, last ranking, No.
8. Anthony Davis, Los Angeles Lakers, last ranking, number 10, 9. Kawhi Leonard, LA Clippers, last ranking, T6, 10. Kevin Durant, Phoenix Suns, last ranking, number 9. And 5 more, listed alphabetically: Devin Booker, Phoenix Suns; Anthony Edwards, Minnesota Timberwolves; Tyrese Halliburton, Indiana Pacers; LeBron James, Los Angeles Lakers; Karl Anthony Towns, Minnesota Timberwolves.
Michael C. Wright is a senior writer for NBA.com. You can email him here, find his archive here, and follow him on X. The views on this page do not necessarily reflect the views of the NBA, its clubs, or Warner Brothers.
Discovery.